Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I know I haven't recorded in a while, and I'm sorry. I just haven't been writing my reviews for books because I haven't had any motivation for it. But I did, and today we're going to do a review for Looking for Alaska by John Green. That's gonna look backwards for you. But so this is a book I just finished just today. But I did finish a book before this, and I did write a review, but I'm not doing it because I don't have the book here with me right now. But I'm going to get it back later, and I will make a video. So this one's my more recent read. And I did read a lot of books a while ago, but I just didn't do a review on it because I was on vacation when I read them. So let's get into it. So my computer's gonna be right here. That's where my computer is this time. So if I'm looking over here and looking back, it's okay. So this time for my read, this is a little different for what I do. Found that on the bottom of my shoe. I tagged it this time a little bit. I don't tag much because I don't do what other readers do, where they tag like the cute moments, the sad moments, the angry moments. I don't do that. And I don't write a lot in my book, but I did make an exception for this one time. So I'm gonna show you, and this is a non-spoiler one, and I'm gonna cover the text. But right there, I drew a daisy, and you will figure that out later, what that means. So I drew a daisy right there. That's like the only time I wrote in it. I wrote one more thing. I just wrote two things. And I'm sorry for the person that's gonna get this after me, because I'm gonna let my friend use this after me. Hopefully she doesn't get mad at the things I do to my books. Don't dog your books. Okay, now on to the review. So the title is Looking for Alaska, and the author is John Green. I almost said Hank Green, that's his brother. The author is John Green, and the genre is young adult fiction. So it's like, it has a bit of romance, it's realistic, all that kind of stuff. The page count is 221 pages. The age rating that I chose is 12 and older, but it really depends on what your maturity level is, because if other people would choose like 14 or older, but I just chose 12 because when I was 12, I was kind of like, I knew a little bit about this stuff, so this would not bother me. But I feel like it is good for like 13 or older to read it, because it's not bad, but it does talk about sensitive topics, such as smoking, the nasty, sex, suicide, abuse, etc. And so it does talk about that stuff, and it does talk about them making out, and it just kind of goes over the history. It talks about inappropriate stuff a lot, or not a lot, don't worry, it's not bad, trust me. And the dates I read it was August 9th through August 18th, which is today. The main characters are Miles. He is known as Pudge. That's what they call him. So all these characters have like nicknames. Some of them don't. They mainly do. He is the main character. Like, he's the eyes you see through during the book. So it takes both his I and me. It's first person, and it's Pudge. He's best friends with the Colonel, Alaska, and Takumi. I don't know how to say that name, so please, I'm sorry, I still don't know how to say it. And he is known for remembering last words. Like, you can ask him almost anyone in the world and he'll know. So he reads biographies for fun to figure out their last words. That might have been a kind of a spoiler, but it's kind of just a personal thing. It's not a big thing. Chip. He is known as the Colonel. He's best friends with Pudge, Alaska, and Takumi. He's enemies with the Weekday Warriors, and he is known with pranking. He's known of pranking with Alaska. Alaska. Friends of Pudge, the Colonel, Takumi, Laura, etc. Known for standing up for women's rights and pranks. And Takumi is also kind of a main character, but he isn't brought up a lot, like as much as these three. He is a friend of all three of those characters. And, what else? Yeah, that's exactly it. He's not really known for anything either. That's like, he's not a main character. He's there sometimes. He pulls pranks with them. So, okay. The synopsis is, Miles Halter is known for remembering the last words of dead people. He leaves his home for boarding school with the last word in mind. I go to seek great perhaps. At Culver Creek, he meets a group of friends, but one sticks in his mind, Alaska Young. This group of friends throw him into the great perhaps and teach him some things. So that means they give him a new life. So before this all took place, Pudge was like a nobody. He had no friends. He didn't really do anything. He didn't smoke. He didn't drink. He didn't do anything. But after this group of friends, which is Takumi, the Colonel, and Alaska, after he met them three, he started getting into those things and started being more out there. My rating is 5 out of 5 because I didn't really find anything wrong with this book. The only thing was like, I could rate it 4.9999 if I really wanted to. But the only problem was at that one time there was that, and that just kind of messes with me. But it's only one time, so it didn't bother me. So this one is different, as you guys can tell from my other reviews. So here are my thoughts and the pros of this book. This book has good grammar as well as descriptions. It describes the feelings of Pudge and explains his thought process during the events that take place during this book, which I will not be explaining because you need to read it yourself. So. Another thing I liked about this book was that it was very realistic. It talks about how you always don't know the answer and that it's just a part of life no matter what you do. That's what I mean by realistic. The moral of the story is that no matter how much you dig into things, you don't always know the answer. It's the way of life. You don't always know the answer of it. This book does very well in character development. At the beginning of the book, Miles was a nobody with no friends, but by the end, he was actually someone. He had friends and he had motivation to keep in contact with his friends. I already kind of said that, but character development, that's what made him more out there. Lastly, this book leaves a lot of clues about the future that you have. This book leaves a lot of clues about the future in the plot that you kind of look for while reading. So this book gives you dates. So here's one. This is not a so at the beginning of the page you will read this and it says 136 days before. So there was a before and there is an after. So it talks about something that happens in the book, and please don't look up what happens or like why is it saying before, because it does tell you, and if you look up anything about this book it will give major spoilers and it'll tell you what happens right there. Don't do it, please. I've done it. It's not fun. And it's just really fun to try and figure out what's happening, and during the after you know what happened and you go back and you think about it, you're like, but this, and you're trying to figure it out, you're going back through it. So I would definitely recommend this for young people that really want to start reading. It's an easy read. It talks about some sensitive topics if you want to get into that. And this is a good book to kind of start tagging if you want to start tagging. I don't want to start tagging. I'm just kind of tagging some things that I like about the book. And this is a good book. So if you want to start the pink, blue, yellow, different meanings of the tags, you can definitely start with this book. Or you could start with the book called like the book Perks of Being a Wallflower. That one's also a really good one. I definitely recommend that one too. This book, okay, let me start over on that sentence. I would recommend this to someone who likes John Green, which is the author of this, and who likes books that threaten to make you cry. I personally did not cry during this book, but a lot of people have told me to read it, and a lot of people on TikTok have been saying they cry during this book and the movie. I have not watched the movie, or is it a show? I'm not sure. Whatever, they cry during it, and I just have not. I haven't cried at all. I didn't even tear up, but that's me. So yeah, but just if you like to read, like if you used to like books that hold on, I have some books. Just do that. So when I was little, I used to like small books like this, Ivy and Bean. Yeah, okay, I marked on that. I don't like myself as a young person anymore. I love these tiny little books, and even as a child, I liked it, and I would try and mark it. So this is an easy book, and this is also an easy book. This one, of course, has pictures, because it's a child book. But the main thing is that this one, where was I going with this? I don't remember. Okay, but this is an easy, I don't even know what I was trying to show you guys with that. I'm so sorry. Okay, so this is an easy book to, I'm not even sure why I was showing you guys that book. Now it's stuck in my brain. Okay. So this is an easy book, so if you want to start reading, you can definitely read this book because it's not that big. It's only 221 pages long, and you can just start. YA is a great place to start. Let me just start off saying that. Great place to start because it's easy to read. It's in like age genres to where people are starting to read, but one thing, like, not like this is sorry, I'm like failing on explaining right now. Anyway, good read, fantastic writing, and I definitely recommend. I don't know where I was going with this last part. I was trying to make the video longer by explaining why you should read this and that this should be your first read if you're getting into reading, but I don't know how to make it longer. I'm not good at putting my thoughts into words. You should definitely read this though. Peace out. Join me on next videos. Next video will be about Dark Places by Gillian Flynn. So, hope you guys enjoy that.